Hello and welcome everyone to this portion of the course. My name is Bird Bouchard. I'm one of the main hosts on YouTube's Red Cape Sports. Now, one of the questions that I personally get asked so often is, hey, I have all this money that I really want to invest, but I'm really not sure whether or not I should even get into sports card investing. I really don't know much. Can you help me out? But the reality is, you really don't need to know much. Now, obviously, we're going to give you all the fundamental tools and the research and everything that you need to know in order to be successful with this model. But what I personally believe is there are a vast variety of reasons why you should invest in the sports cards. Number one, sports truly run the world, right? You go to universities, you go to places, people look to be entertained, right? LeBron James is more than just a sports player. In my opinion, he's a phenomenon. Like he's a figure that is bigger than life, and he's a leader. And that's just a few names to speak out. But as big as LeBron is, you also got guys like Cristiano Ronaldo pushing 200 million Instagram followers. So in general, everything is growing within the sports card market. Recently, the coronavirus pandemic swept through the world, and we saw such a vast expansion of people coming into the sports card market, whether it be from sneaker culture collection, whether it be from sports gambling or fantasy. So now the market is just so much bigger. And don't get me wrong, you can absolutely do what's called the safe thing and the responsible thing, and you can put all your money into a bank, into a savings account, and you can collect interest on that. That's guaranteed. But within the sports card world, let's say just 4 months, you can double, triple, even quadruple your money. I'll use an example for myself. I put money into a certain sports player, and in one season, I was able to triple my money. That's because I actually did research on the player. I learned, how young is he, what are his potentials, and how much can he grow. And the reality is that same $15 ended up making me $60. It might not be much to many, but if you do that enough time after time after time, and you're definitely going to be very successful within this business model. Yet another reason why I personally like to get into the market is the community. Now, I know that that's a very cliche saying, but there's so many communities that if you have questions, comments, concerns, if you really don't feel like you even know what you're doing, people are going to be there to help. And more times than not, they're even going to tell you exactly which specific card of which specific player to buy. It really is dummy proof, for lack of a better term. You can say, hey, I have $100. Which cards should I buy into? And when should I sell? And there are tons of people who are more than willing, like myself and like Mitch and like Kevin, who are more than willing to absolutely guide you by the hand and tell you how to invest your money. More times than not, these people are going to be correct, because the reality is you get players' rookie cards, and if you sell them at the end of the year or even in year 2, 3, 4, you're going to double your money. Sometimes, in the case of a guy like Patrick Mahomes, you can sell him after 2 years, and you can turn a $7 investment from a single pack of cards into $800, depending on the type of card that you get and the condition. So for me, if you love turning, money into more and more money, and you get to watch your players perform on TV or even live in person, to me, it's great. Don't put your money into a bank. Don't let the banks win. You can be in control.